spoke to Benson. I think
So good morning, everybody. I want to welcome us to this training, this Zoho training. We are recording this training, so I will advise there is minimal interference. Make sure your mic is off when you are not speaking. If you want to speak, you just raise your hand. Don't just put on your mic, so that for some of us that are not here, when we want to send out the video, they will be able to enjoy the video without any interference. Okay, so you are welcome once again, everybody. So what we are doing today is to look at Zoho software for project management. I'm going to share my screen now, and then we take it from there. So the first place to start is you will receive a mail for the first place to start is we receive a mail from Command Project Management System, and that mail comes like this. You see this mail, then you need to join the portal. So when you join the portal, you fill the form, then it takes you to this interface. Of course, if you are entering for the first time, the interface is going to be blank, right? So the interface is going to be blank. So what you can do in order for you not to be going to that mail every time is that you can save it as a bookmark. So how do you save it as a bookmark? You can come to, if you are using Chrome, just come here, go to bookmark, then bookmark this tab. So you can save it so that anytime you want to go to the platform, all you just need to do when you have opened a new page like this, you just come here, then you have access to it, project management, Command Project Management System. So I have some couple of projects that I have here, but basically I need to tell us the reason why this software is being deployed. Is going to, one, assist us in planning and also to track what we have planned. All right, a lot of us are busy, but if we are to really account for what we are doing with our time, at times you discover that you spend so much time doing some things, but you are not able to close it on time. When you have something like a tracker that you can always even refer to see how you have performed in carrying out an activity, a task on our assignment, it helps you to be able to review it and to see areas where you can do better in the future. So it gives us that opportunity to list out what we are doing. It gives us that opportunity to track it, all right? And you can always make reference to it. And for some of us that do reports also, we are still seeing the email, your email. Okay, so I need to stop that here. Thank you for that. Let me share. Okay, I hope you can see my okay, that is clear. All right. Okay, so what this does is that it helps us to be able to track what we are doing. So, and you report it, and if you have any document that is related to those tasks, you can always attach it. You can attach reports, you can attach pictures, you can attach PDF files, you can attach video files, you can attach Excel files, you can attach presentations, you can attach documents that are very critical to a project that you are doing. All right. So basically now what I want to do is just to take us quickly through the interface. I take us through the interface. I take us through how to set up a new project. Then I take questions. So a typical interface has Command logo at the left.
On a daily basis, if you wake up and you're feeling too overwhelmed, do that breathing exercise. It will help you a great deal, as it were. So the phone lines are buzzing. WhatsApp messages are coming in.
We're having interference.
After what we've talked so far, but
all right. So we have the home, we have the feed, we have the discourse, we have the reports, we have the calendar, and we have the project. So basically, when you click your home page, what you see a summary of what is happening. You see your tasks, the ones that are open. For instance, my tasks, 0 is open, 15 is closed. All right. My milestones, 9 milestone is open, 1 is closed. Okay. Some other informations are still booting. So at a glance, you can see the summary of what is happening. Then on your portfolio, you see my project timeline Gantt. This is just a view that shows the description of my activities, the percentage of completion of my activities, those who are responsible, the start date, the due date, then the status, those that are active, those that are completed. All right. Then we have what we call, this is actually the Gantt. This is a pictorial representation of those activities. In this case now, these are projects. This is a pictorial representation of my project. So that's what you see on your home. You can customize your home to see whatever you want to see. But this has been customized. You can see some analytics here, project status reports, project ownership reports, timeline summary, the client reports, project group reports, and stuff like that. So this can be customized to suit your purpose. Okay, and we have the feed. The feed shows some of the things that I've been doing on the platform. All right, some of the activities, what people have done on the platform on the project that I belong to. You can always have access to it there, right? Then discourse is like a forum. Discourse is like a forum, it's a social forum, but for the purpose of this training, we will not go into that. Then reports, you can create reports. You have to do some setup to be able to automatically create reports from this side. And then you have calendar. The calendar shows just like a normal calendar with the dates, but those activities that are due for that date, you will see it on your calendar. So it's a good thing to come in the morning, check your Zoho platform and see what you have scheduled to do for a particular day. You can see it on the calendar. All right. So projects. So this, when I click this, it goes to lists of projects that I am involved in. All the projects that I have been added as a user, or the projects that I created myself. These are the ones that we see here, even including those ones that are 100%. All right, you can, there is this icon, this setup icon here. If you want to edit a project, you can do that here. You want to change the name, you want to change anything there, from this icon, you can edit your project. So when you want to edit your project, you can change the name. You can change the status. Basically, for a project, it can be in progress, it can be on track, it can be delayed, it can be in testing, it can be on hold, it can be approved. You want to cancel a project. It can be at the planning stage. If it's completed, you complete it. If invoice, you do that. So basically, when it comes to project and project management softwares, what is very important is the fact that when you have a project, at the beginning, you set out, these are the things I want to do. You list the activities, you estimate the duration, and you allot start date and end date to them. All right. So it is your responsibility to update those projects as they go on. You take them one by one to update them. When you update them, that is when you go back to them at any particular point in time, or even if it's completed, you have those informations. When did I do this? So you are able to refer to them. So it's not just to list those activities and you just go away. No, you don't do that. As those activities are being completed, based on this, there are two ways through which you can update a project. We will go into that. In terms of the status, you can differ three ways. Number one is in terms of the status. Number two is in terms of the dates. Then number three, the start of the start date and the end date, as the case may be. Then number three is in terms of percentage completion. Okay. So we have projects. Under projects, we have tasks. These are, so if for instance, let me go to a particular project here. Okay, so this, what you have here are tasks. All right. So those tasks, we have tasks, and of course, tasks are the smallest units of a project. Before you get to tasks, there are some, in terms of hierarchy, you have a project, you have a milestone, then you have what we call task list. Then that's when you can go to tasks. So quickly, when we want to do a new project, we will go into that. So I repeat again, in terms of hierarchy, there is need for you to break your projects into smaller, manageable chunks, so that when you want to manage them, it will be very easy to manage. Depending on how simple or how complex your project is. If your project is just maybe 5 activities, you might not need to break them down into milestone and task list. But if you know that you have so many segments, so many sections of that project, you can break it down into smaller chunks so that it will be very easy to manage. So on a project, when you have issues, you can, it is a place for you to report issues. You can submit issues, all right? So when you want to submit an issue, maybe you've been given a task and you have some constraints, you have some delays, you have some challenges. It's also very important to document it, because one day a question can be asked, what went wrong? And if you have not documented it, you know, there's a saying that if it's not documented, it doesn't exist. You can't prove it. So issues is one thing that you can use to document some things that really happened in the course of the project that might, one way or the other, affect adversely the delivery time and date for a particular task or for a particular project. So when you want to when there's an issue and you want to log it, you come here, this issue, but it's important that it's associated with a particular project. What is the title of the issue? What really happened? If you have any document to attach to it in terms of pictures, PDF file, report, as the case may be, you can do that and you can add it. If you are not interested in doing that, just click cancel. So milestone, the milestones, of course, you can break your project into milestones. all right, before you break it down into tasks, all right? There are bigger areas, all right? Then timesheet we want to attach a time log to an activity. This might not be relevant for some of us now, but if it's relevant to your job description, when you start a task, all you just do is you add this time log. It's like a timer, and when it's completed, you close the time log. Then expenses is another module, but we are not interested in going to that now. All right, so without wasting much time, we want to really go to how to create a project. Your project will depend on what you are doing as a job description, all right? Of course, projects in the general ways is an activity that is a unique one, and that has you want to create a unique product, a unique service, and within a stipulated time, you have budget for it and stuff like that. So, but some of our activities are also routine. I know that some of our activities are also routine, but maybe your activity can be planned on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, and you can also, if you are not really involved in a project, as it were, some of your routine activities, maybe you need to submit a report every week. You understand? You can also find a way of using it as a project. Okay, so for me to create a project, I come here, I click new project. So for some of us, we might not be able to create a project. Some of us will only be assigned responsibilities. It's because of the way we have been added to the platform. Some are employees, some are managers, and some are administrators. Administrators, they have a global overview of what is happening. Managers are able to create projects. Employees are only able to update. They are not able to create a project, as it were. If you have been assigned the role of an employee and there is need for you to create a project on your own, you need to let us know, and we will see how we can change that status. So for you to create a project, when you click here, you will see this. If you don't want to come here, you can always see this red cross. All right, when you click it, you will see these 9 dots. If you want, you can use it to create. Let me repeat again so that it's clear. You can come here on your right top side. You click this red cross, this circle with a white cross inside, which is displaying hard. You click it. So before I create a project, if you want, you can also use it to do so many things. You can use it to create a new task. You can use it to log an issue. You can use it to create a new timesheet. You can use it to create a new project, which is what we want to do. You can use it to add a user to your project. You can use it to add a milestone to your project. You can use it to create a task list, a forum for discussion, an event, and also you can use it to add a document. Now, for the purpose of what we are doing, we are using that to create a project. So I click a project. All right, the title of the project, I can call it Zoho Training. All right, for September. Okay, so I'm the owner. I can select a template, and templates are customized interface. At times in your module, you don't want to see things like timesheets, things like expenses and stuff like that. You can remove all those stuffs. But for the sake of this training, let's just leave it like that. Then it is important to have an idea of what the duration for a particular project. So the start date, all right, let's assume the start date is, this project is just a week. So let's say, just for instance, now this is the start and the end date for this project. Any project you create, please, is important, there should be an assumed start and end date. All right, now if you make a project a strict one, it means you are is like kind of constraint that you want to introduce, and when you do that, it's no more flexible. Okay, so but if you know that the probability is there that this dates might change, then it's better to just leave this without making it a strict project. So you can have a description of what exactly you want to do about that project. This project is about Zoho training for users that have not been using the platform. Just by the way. All right, you can task layout, you can also leave it as standard. Groups, the admin has created some groups: project, engineering project, HR project, consumer project, communication projects. All right, so depending on the area where you fall, you can always pick one, and if none is relevant to what you are doing, you can let us know, and we can inform the admin to create a project group that will suit your purpose. All right, so the next thing to do is to determine whether to roll up the dates. It's important to click this when you are creating a project, because what it does is that it allows you the software to be able to do some calculation for you in terms of global percentage completion and stuff like that. You can customize your project. What do you don't want to see? Expenses, I'm not interested. If you don't want to see issues, you don't want to see users and stuff like that. So if you want your project to be visible to only users, you click private. And if you want it to be visible to portal users only, you can click this. For the purpose of this, we are just making it private so that people that are users within your project are the only ones you can see exactly what you are doing. So I click hard. So by clicking hard, what I have done is that I have created a project. Then the next thing for me is to now do what? I need to populate that project. Just a minute, I'm looking for the project I just created. Okay, so Zoho training for September is what I have created. So the next thing is for me to populate Zoho training for September. Is for me to populate this Zoho training, you need to add the activities that you want to do for the project. So let me just assume that I'm doing a simple project and I can just go ahead and create my task. There are two ways to do it. Two routes when you want to create your task. If you are doing a simple project, all you just need to do is to click add task. Maybe you have 5 or 10 straight activities. You can just add task. But if you have a project that you need to have sections, it is important that you go through milestone. But in creating milestone, before you get to task, you will need to also create task list. So it's either you go through this route. When you go to our task route, you just go direct and create your task. But if you are going to add milestone route, you need to create milestone. Then under the milestone, there will be task list. Under the task list, there will be a task. But let's just go ahead and create our task directly. So, so training for September, just I can say send out invites. So it's not important that you add description to everything. It's also not important, as the case may be. What you add, if you need to add a file, you can always add it. You can select your teams. The owner, I can say I'm the owner. The hours, the start date. So assuming what I'm doing today is to just send priority. How important is that activity? Is it low? Is it medium? Is it high? Is important? You need to add reminder there for that activity so that it will pop up through mail, all right, on due date. Daily, the time you want it in the morning, you can set a reminder for that activity. Select users to notify. Who are the users? Project owner, task creator, task follower. All right, you can set your reminder on that activity. So now, if you want to, you have created a task, right? If you want to continue, you click add more to create another task. If you want to end it, you cancel it. So when I click add more, another page comes for me to populate. So I've sent out invite, then I can say prepare for training. This is just an example, all right? Whatever we are doing will be specific to our activity. The idea is just to have an understanding of how we want, how this is being done. So you can see I'm populating it and it's going. So prepare for training. Okay, so what else? I can say follow up with participants to be sure that they got the mail, to be sure that they are ready for what we want to do. So follow up, then I can say training. Okay, so let's also assume that the training is taking place on the 24th. Okay. All right, when I click add, then it goes away. When I click add, it goes away. So I can just close this. So I have a project. I have 4 activities. I have 4 tasks. And you can see that it has not been associated to any team. All right. So and teams are teams are usually created by the admin. You can leave that free. So the owner is myself. This last one I have not assigned a user. All right, I still assign myself. Okay, so the status is open. When a status shows open, it means it's a fresh activity, is a fresh task that nothing has been done about it. But immediately you start it, it is your responsibility to after the project is set up, what you need to do is to continue to update this. So I said to update, there are 3 ways through which updating can be done. Number 1 is this through status. Number 2 is when is completed. Okay, duration is 1 day. Just a minute. Let's assume I probated it to be in progress. All right. Okay. So depending on how that activity is, number 1, you click the status to show that it has started. Immediately you click that status, you will see that another new column will come there, which is completion date. All right. So you can, the second way is to update in terms of percentage. This is a little bit mathematical. If you are not able to divide it into percentages, you can use the status side, and in progress, review. So when you have issues, you can always hold it and showing that it's on hold. And when it's delayed, when it's closed, then when it's completed, you can come here. Excuse me. So immediately, in fact, you click closed, it automatically brings out the date, and it updates this to 100%. It brings out the date that activity is completed, and it strikes this out. You can see this when you open it next time. If you go to all open activity, you will not see the activity there. If you see open or closed, then you will see that activity there. But if it's all open, that activity is gone and gone, but it's still on record that you have closed that activity. So basically, that's the way it works. And for some other views that you can go to Gantt View. All right, here it shows a picture of what you are expected, how your Gantt looks like. Just a minute. All right. So this is just your Gantt. This is your Gantt. Okay. You can attach documents. You can attach documents to your project. You can attach PDF, you can attach spreadsheet, you can attach presentation, you can upload files, you can create your new folder. All right, I can create a new folder that you want to, for instance, in my project, I want to store drawings there. I can create. All right, you see these drawings. All right, you can create reports. All right, as a folder. Okay, so you see this. When you just want to upload documents, you can even do videos, PDF, as the case may be. You just click that folder. All right, when you click it, you click new, then you click upload files. Then you can always upload those files. Just click open, then ask you to start uploading. Then you see percentage completion. You will see that it's completed downstairs here. You close it. You come back here. You will see that your report is there and your PDF file is there. So basically, I want to give room for questions now. Like I said earlier, what this does is just to help you to plan your work. It can be as a reminder, track what you are doing, what's the time frame I used to complete an activity. And one thing is, at times we look for documents and we don't find them. All right. This will avail us the opportunity of storing some documents in the cloud that you can have access to them anytime. And one important thing is the fact that the app is available and on the go. You can have it on your phone. Just go to Google Play Store. If you are using your phone to receive mail, all you just need to do is to click that mail from your email. that brings you in, and from there you can go into the app, all right, or you download the app and you put your email. It logs you in. I've had courses. I was not with my system. I was out of the office. I needed to send a document to somebody. I sent the person to go and print outside. The file was corrupted, and all I just needed to do was go to my Zoho on my phone, and I got the document and I forwarded it to the person without having my system. So for some of us that are on the go, for some of us that are busy and you say, do I really have time for this? Yes, this can also be managed on your phone. This can be updated on your phone. So I give room for questions now. If you have any question, please let me know.
Hello, Fatile.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, thank you for a well-spoken and elaborated speech. My question now is that I am an employee currently now in the Zoho, but if I want to create, I can't create any task or project for myself now. What do I do?
Just let me know, send me a mail, that's all.
All right.
Engineer Fatile, and that's because he is supposed to be provisioned as a line manager.
Yes.
Benson, so I guess that's why he has that issue. So Benson, please send him an email.
Questions, please, Mr. Mustafa, Mr. Ken, have you been able to log in?
I'm trying to log in, but I have not been able to
use it. Okay. What of Mr. Ken? Have you logged in, sir? Hello, Mr. Ken.
I said I've not. I don't even know how to go about it.
So what you do, sir, is go to your mail, type, let me show you how to do that.
Or can he share his screen? So
I'm doing that now. Let me share the screen.
No, I mean Kenneth himself.
Maybe you can share your screen so that I can direct you. I think we need to make him.
I just finished this one. Two of us can handle that one.
Okay. So what I do? Let me just a minute.
Hello, but Kenneth, the email I sent to everybody, there was a link on it.
That's
Did
what
you
I'm
click
saying.
that link?
So when you, Mr. Ken,
Yes,
your search, click type Commerce Project Management System. You will see a mail like this. You will see a mail like this. I hope my screen is visible.
yes.
So you will see this mail. The account has been created. When you just click this, join this portal. Okay? You click join this portal. It will take you, it will roll. It's a new, since it's a new person, entering for the first time, it will be blank. You need to fill some form. You enter your email address 2 times. Then you now enter your password. The password is the one that you use to access your system. Okay? You enter the password, the one that you use to access your system. It will ask you to confirm the location, you confirm it, then it automatically logs you to this interface. It will be blank because you are using it for the first time. What you can do so that you don't repeat that process again is to save this interface as a bookmark. If you are using Chrome, it's very easy. Just come to this icon here, click it, then you see bookmark. All right. So you see bookmark, just click the bookmark, then bookmark this tab. The thing comes like this, what you have here. All right. So anytime you want to access it, just open a fresh interface. All right. Then you just click this and it takes you there. And then you can begin to update. When you have created a project or a project has been created for you, it is your responsibility as work goes on to update what you are doing. Okay, any other question, please? Caroline. Caroline, are you there?
I'm there. Following up.
Any question?
No.
What I have explained, are we able to assimilate it? Please, I need feedback. I need to know whether you even have an idea of what we are doing. It's very important, please. I need feedback.
Hello, Fatile.
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, for me, I know that I have gotten to a particular level, but if this recorded lecture can be shared, so we can always fall back where I have difficulty, I think it will be better for me personally.
Okay. Okay. Any other comments, observation, addition, subtraction? In the absence of any other comments, we can close this training. The YouTube recording will be sent to us for reference purpose. Mr. Diola.
All right, thank you, Engineer Fatile. We appreciate your time. And thanks for everyone that joined the call too. I know it was a very short notice, but it's been pressing that some people wanted the Zoho training. And we had to squeeze it in this week, even though we have tight schedule. So thank you for joining the call. And like Engineer Fatile said, we'll share this this Zoom link, the recordings to everyone, at least by the time we go through it over and over again, at some point we'll be a better person using the Zoho.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor. Thank you, everyone.